Welcome back to the channel. You already know it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know it's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't one of them. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what to do. Smash that like button and share the video so we can talk some hoops. And after last night's game, where the Minnesota Timberwolves, led by Ant Edwards, led by that big trio in the front court of Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, and the sixth man of the year, Naz Reid, went into Denver and stole game one from the defending champion, Denver Nuggets. Smash that like button and share the video. And after the game last night, Nikola Jokic had some very interesting comments. He was asked, what was it going to take for him to be impactful against Minnesota's big men? And according to Nikola Jokic, he might have been joking a little bit, but trust me, he wasn't playing around. He said to have a duplicate clone of myself. And he's exactly right. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take for Denver to get through this series, especially Nikola Jokic. And Mike Malone has a real question to ask himself going into game two. And that question is, do I play DeAndre Jordan? And what can he give me if I play him? Smash that like button and share the video. Those are the two questions that Michael Malone, head coach of the Denver Nuggets, has to ask himself. Can I play DeAndre Jordan? And what is he going to give me? Because Jokic won't make it through the game at this pace. Jokic will not make it through the game, will not make it through the series at this pace. He's being hurried up on offense. He's seeing three different bodies, different kind of doubles coming his way. Last night, it looked like he sped up his game. And because of that, Nikola Jokic had 7 turnovers. Nikola Jokic had 7 turnovers. You can't go small with this team like you did with the Lakers, and you can't get away with playing Aaron Gordon at the center position to spare some minutes for Nikola Jokic. The Timberwolves are too big. They got Karl Anthony Towns, Naz Reid, who's athletic, size all around. It ain't just Rudy Gobert, the soon-to-be 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Even though some, including myself, believe that those awards make him a little bit overrated, but that's neither here nor there right now. This is what the Denver Nuggets are dealing with. And not only that, there's pressure on their backcourt as well. You got great perimeter defense in Jaden McDaniels, Ant Edwards, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So Michael Malone has a real question on himself. And this was my worry about the Denver Nuggets the entire season. Smash that like button and share the video. This was my worry for this team. When a lot of people were looking at the Denver Nuggets like the boogeymen of the NBA, I was not buying into that hype. I was not one of those people looking at the Denver Nuggets like they're the boogeymen of the NBA. They have absolutely no depth. They can't spare minutes for Nikola Jokic. And that's going to cost them in this series. That is the biggest problem the Denver Nuggets have in this series. They cannot spare minutes for Nikola Jokic. He's going to have to play more minutes. He's going to have to exert more energy. He's seeing big men in length on defense. And I want to bring this up, right? And you guys see the question in the poll. If you look at the recipe of the Timberwolves with Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, Naz Reid, all showing Nikola Jokic different looks. They'll have Gobert guard him for possessions. Then they'll throw Cat at him. Then they'll throw Reed at him. They'll double. If you look at that blueprint, it's exactly the same blueprint the Lakers had in 2020 in the bubble. Smash that like button and share the video. You had Anthony Davis. You had Dwight Howard. You had the taller, longer, pause, no Diddy, JaVale McGee. And in that series in the Western Conference Finals in 2020 in the bubble, those were the looks being thrown at Nikola Jokic then. Speeding him up, getting him uncomfortable. Dwight Howard has spoken about this for years. But when you simply don't have the personnel to do that, like the Los Angeles Lakers, it won't work for you. You can't play that way. But when you got the personnel to do that with this version of the Timberwolves, and not only do they play defense, the Timberwolves are putting up buckets too. So you got to keep up the pace with the Timberwolves and score, because not only are they defending at a high clip, they're going to get out there and score as well. So that's putting more pressure, more energy, requesting more out of Nikola Jokic. And I wholeheartedly believe that's going to wear him down in the series. And that's why I said a few months back, if any of you guys remember, that's why I said a few months back, it might have been a month ago, it might have been late March, early April, where I said if this Denver Nuggets team somehow survives the gauntlet that is the Western Conference, they won't win an NBA championship. Even if they come out the West, they won't win an NBA championship because Nikola Jokic will be worn down. Worn down. Smash that like button and share the video. Salute to everybody in the chat. Edward, Elijah Porter, Golden State, my man, salute. Elijah Porter says the Lakers failed to use the 2020 recipe to win another chip. And not to say that if they ran that back, who knows if they win the championship or not. But you can definitely say that for this matchup, for facing somebody like Nikola Jokic. Golden State says Minnesota was moving way faster than Denver. Jokic got to keep up with Minnesota's pace of the game. Yeah, he got to keep up with it and expend energy. But on top of that, he got to see 3 different bodies, 3 different looks. And if he got Cat on him, if he got Naz Reid on him, and he's able to get by them, or he's able to shake them, or he's able to back them down, you got Rudy Gobert protecting the rim. So they're seeing a lot. And Jamal Murray is not helping out Jokic because Jamal Murray is on the perimeter and he's dealing with guys like Ant Edwards. He's dealing with guys like Jaden McDaniel. He's dealing with guys like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And they're showing him different looks. And they're playing high-level perimeter defense. And on top of that, not to make an excuse for him, Jamal Murray is dealing with that calf injury. So that adds more workload on Nikola Jokic. You're going to have to find some time to buy him some minutes in this series. You're going to have to find a way to get him easier looks. And the other guys are going to have to try to help them and do what they could do. Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, you cannot eat in this series off of just offensive rebounds and putbacks and being in a dunker spot. You're going to really have to help this team in all facets of the game. Reggie Jackson came in off that bench and did a tremendous job for the Nuggets last night. Matter of fact, the Nuggets' entire bench gave them a boost last night. If the Denver Nuggets bench doesn't play the way it did yesterday, the Nuggets ain't even in this game. If the Denver Nuggets, who we all talked about lack depth, they don't have a bench, they played big for the Nuggets yesterday. They were big time for the Nuggets yesterday. So Michael Malone got a serious question to ask himself going into game 2. How do I buy time for Jokic? Will I be able to buy time for Jokic? Do I play DeAndre Jordan? How much do I play DeAndre Jordan to steal a few minutes for Jokic? What can I get out of DeAndre Jordan? We know he's never been an offensive threat. They might be able to get some lob action for him, rebounds, set screens. Because they're going to have to win the battle on the boards in this series, flat out. And we talked about it a little bit after the game last night when we was on episode 24 of the Underrated and Hated podcast show. The Denver Nuggets only had 3 offensive rebounds for the entire team. For the entire team, they only had 3 offensive rebounds. So Minnesota was closing defensive possessions with rebounds, not letting Denver get offensive boards, not letting Aaron Gordon crash the boards, not letting Denver get second chance points off offensive rebounds. Smash that like button and share the video. That's a serious question Michael Malone's going to have to ask himself, y'all. For real. And you're absolutely right, Golden State. It's difficult to win back-to-back championships because of that wear and tear. You went through a whole NBA season being the hunter, chasing something. You're putting a lot of energy chasing the ultimate prize. And then you reach the ultimate prize. You played longer than everybody did. You have a short summer. You're celebrating in the middle of that. And then now you come into the following season and you're the hunted. So people is gunning for you. Now you got to work extra harder. You're going to lose pieces on your roster to contracts. You're going to try to add new pieces. You're expecting young pieces to rise up to the occasion and fulfill certain roles. You don't have depth now like you used to. You can't spare Jokic minutes. You got a target on your back throughout the regular season. All of that adds up. So it's hard and it's taxing. That's why when people scoff at LeBron James going to 10 straight finals and they think it's somehow better to lose in the first round or lose in the second round, the taxation it takes on your mind, the taxation it takes on your body to accomplish that is something to be marveled when you see how hard it is if you really break it down and look at it. We seen Jokic getting gassed in a few games in the Lakers series, especially game 2. Rajon Rondo was on, I believe, All the Smoke a couple of weeks ago, and he had the blueprint there. You got to show him different looks. You got to have the bigs, and then you got to attack him on the other end. Denver doesn't really have rim protection. They don't play DeAndre Jordan. And Edwards and them, they drive into the basket. They putting pressure on the rim on defense. Jokic has to play defense in this series. Karl Anthony Towns is going to go at him. So the wear and tear on Nikola Jokic is going to have effect on the Nuggets defense. And obviously, with 7 turnovers, it had an effect on the Nuggets offense. Smash that like button and share the video. At all times, Trayvon Fields, you're absolutely right. At all times. And that's what you do. You mix it up. But you can only do that. Don't get it confused. You can only do that when you got the personnel to do that. When you got the personnel to do that, you can get off with that, like the 2020 Lakers. But when you don't have the personnel to do that, you can't beat them. And nobody in the NBA has able to figure that out or even put a team together that rivals that system. You feel me? And the only man to do it is the same man that created the Denver Nuggets, Tim Connelly. He put that Nuggets team together, and now he put that Minnesota team together. And a lot of people ripped Tim Connelly. We spoke about it a little bit last night on the podcast. A lot of people ripped Tim Connelly for going after Rudy Gobert, for giving up those 4 first-round picks. A lot of people was on Tim Connelly. The Timberwolves played the Nuggets good last year in the first round. And here you are, perfect recipe. Tim Connelly has the team that he created facing the team that he created to beat that team. And it's a great matchup to watch, man. It's a great matchup to watch. What up to my bro, Goat James in the building, man. Salute to you, bro. So Michael Malone has his work cut out for him. Nikola Jokic has his work cut out for him. And like I said, it's gonna be a battle for Nikola Jokic in this series. You're gonna have to exert so much energy. So much energy. And like I said, if the bench didn't come through for them last night in that first quarter, it's OV early. This game is OV early, and it's a blowout. If they didn't get that jolt of energy from Reggie Jackson, Christian Brown, and those guys. For real. Jokic was sped up. Jokic was gassed. Jokic was shown different looks offensively, making him play on defense. You get Jokic, you may look at the box score and say, okay, Jokic gave me a good 32, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. But then you got to look at the 7 turnovers. You got to look at the 41 minutes. You know what I mean? And a lot of people going to say, this is the second round, this is the playoffs, this is what you're going to have to do. And, you know, this is the team they got. So it's on Michael Malone to figure that out. What is he going to do? Can I afford to play DeAndre Jordan this series? Can I afford to spare some minutes for Jokic? And that's what makes Jokic come out. And even though he might have slightly been joking, but for him to come out and say how he's going to be more impactful in this series is to have a duplicate clone of himself. He's not really joking. He's not really joking. Go James, I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro. What's up to my man Abdi? He said, bro, from Amsterdam, Europe. Ant opened a new generation for young cats. It's over with LeBron Curry. Respect. Bro, white, black, in Europe, love Ant. Ant is entertaining, just like Ali, Rumble. Oh, is that what you mean, Rumble? Salute to you, bro. Amsterdam, Europe in the building, man. Salute to you. Yeah, go James. It looked like he was fed up on offense. Obviously, they got the 3 big men over there showing him different looks. You know what I mean? You got Nas Reed on offense when he's playing the 5. He can step out to that 3-point line. You know, they're showing a lot of different looks to this team, bro. And you got to tip your cap to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and you got to tip your cap to the president, Tim Connelly, in believing that this formula would work against the team in the Denver Nuggets, that he also created that formula. He believed in Nikola Jokic. He selected Nikola Jokic in the second round. He believed in Jamal Murray. He drafted Jamal Murray. He believed in Michael Malone. He hired Michael Malone. The same way now Tim Connelly comes over to Minnesota. He trades for Rudy Gobert and everybody rips him for it. He hires Chris Finch. They get Ant Edwards in the draft. They got Jaden McDaniels. So Tim Connelly put this formula together. And like I said, it ain't the first time somebody's had this formula. If you look at the 2020 Los Angeles Lakers in the bubble, they had that formula with Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee. It's the same type of role for those big men. You slide Gobert the way that the Lakers were using JaVale McGee. You use Cat the same way the Lakers used AD. Or Dwight Howard. And same thing for Naz Reid. And it's not for this series, especially, Go James. When it comes to the playoffs, it's kind of like a prize fight. It's kind of like boxing. Styles make fights. You feel me? Styles make fights. And it looks like Minnesota has the perfect style to go up against the Denver Nuggets and their style, especially when you got one person who built both of these teams. If anybody knows how to beat the Nuggets, I'm sure it's the person that put the Nuggets together. You know what I mean? If anybody knows how to beat the Nuggets, it's the man that put the Nuggets together first. And that's Tim Connelly, president of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Smash that like button and share the video. Smash that like button and share the video. And there's shorter turnaround. The later and later we get in the playoffs, there's shorter turnaround. So game 2 is tomorrow night. Game 3 is not going to be that big break that it usually is. And Jokic is going to have to go out there again and face those 3 guys and have to play over 40 minutes. And going to have to play defense and going to have to score. And he's going to have to rebound. And he's also going to have to facilitate for his team. He has a lot of responsibilities and he's facing a lot. And he's going to get worn down in this series. Mark my words. Mark my words. He's going to get worn down in this series. Unless Michael Malone can whip up a magical adjustment, a magical wrinkle, get something somehow, some way from DeAndre Jordan, strike lightning in the bottle with DeAndre Jordan. Or you're going to have Aaron Gordon play big and give you more. And not just wait for offensive rebounds to eat that way. You're going to have to take the pressure off Jokic. You're going to have to help Jokic. And I'm looking at Michael Porter Jr. and I'm looking at Aaron Gordon. Because you're a perimeter. Jamal Murray is going to take up so much attention from Jaden McDaniels and Ant Edwards. They're going to take turns on him. You feel me? And Go James, it's not even really if Jokic is like that. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. A lot of people have been through that. That's why it's no joke when you can get to 10 straight NBA finals. People think it's a cakewalk. It's not a cakewalk. Getting to 1 is hard. Getting to 1 NBA finals is hard. And you guys let these guys finesse you into thinking getting to 10 straight is not hard. It's a cakewalk. I don't think so, Edward. I got you. I got you. I don't think so. At this point in his career, DeAndre Jordan hasn't really been ever in his career mistaken for somebody that's going to give you something on offense other than put back dunks, lobs from CP3, things of that nature. All DeAndre or Jordan's offense is something that's manufactured for him. It's not something that he's manufacturing. It's not like people are going to send a double at DeAndre Jordan. You know what I mean? But he's going to have some sort of impact. I think Mike Malone is going to have to look for DeAndre Jordan to have some sort of, even if it's 7 minutes he plays, if it's 6 minutes DeAndre Jordan plays, you're going to have to buy some time for Jokic. You're going to have to buy some time for Jokic. Because the longer this series goes, and you guys are down 0-1 now, it's going to take more and more effect on him. It's going to have more of an effect on him, bro. The longer the series goes and you already down 0-1. So you're going to have to try to buy some time, and you're going to have guys step up, man. You're going to have guys step up. Take the pressure off of Jokic. Create some offense. Don't depend solely on Jokic to create the offense for the team. That's not going to work in this series because of those three triple towers that they got. Jamal Murray's going to have to play like he did in the Western Conference last year. You're going to have 10 assists, Jamal Murray, on top of 25, 27. On top of 25, 27, Jamal Murray, you're going to have 10 assists. You're going to have to create some offense. You're going to have to manufacture some offense to save the wear and tear on Nikola Jokic. Jamal Murray, you're going to have to manufacture some offense to save the wear and tear on Nikola Jokic. And you've shown in last year's Western Conference Finals that you can do that. You was putting up 10 assists a game. And I know you're dealing with a calf injury, but this is the playoffs now. Whoever's out there is whoever's out there. So they're going to have to look to score other ways. They're going to have to look to create offense another way. And the bench did that for them last night in the beginning of the game when you had Reggie Jackson come in the game. That was a little bit pressure taken off of Jokic to create offense, to make something happen for himself and his teammates, while on top of dealing with a triple tower in Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, and Naz Reid. Smash that like button and share the video. I'm only spitting facts, y'all. I'm only spitting facts. So that's a big question that Michael Malone is going to have to ask himself going into game 2. If they're not able to do that, then there's nothing that these Minnesota Timberwolves, especially Ant Edwards, has shown me that they ain't going to, it's not like they're not going to be greedy and be satisfied with a 1-1 split going back to Minnesota. These guys is hungry, they smell blood, and they want game 2. The Timberwolves want game 2. And I believe that game 2 is going to be the hardest fought game in this series. Game 2 is going to be the hardest fought game in this series. Believe me. I understand, Edward, but Jamal Murray's going to have to create some offense. He has to. He's going to have to manufacture offense for this team to take pressure off of Jokic. Jokic is going to get worn down if he has to create offense for the team, create offense for himself, deal with 3 big men, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, Naz Reid, on top of score, on top of rebound. And then on the other end, he got to play defense. And he doesn't have a backup that spares him any minutes. He's going to play above 40 minutes. That's going to be taxing on Jokic, bro. Yeah, you absolutely. You absolutely right. Outside of Rudy Gobert, Adam Hurley, you absolutely right. And we spoke about this last night after the game. Not only is Minnesota playing high level defense, they're putting up points on the other end. And you can only expect more of that in game two. Jaden McDaniels had no points last night. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo, is another guy you could throw at Jokic. So you can expect Jokic to continue to get more looks like that. You can expect Jokic to have to do everything for this Denver Nuggets team. And you can expect Jokic playing 40-plus minutes every game in this series, and that's going to wear him down. That's going to wear him down. It's like a 12-round fight. And you getting punched to the body, and it's wearing you down. Smash that like button and share the video. Definitely. Pimp named Slickback. Definitely. 40-plus minutes. And that's on the low end. Because you have no backup, essentially, for the Denver Nuggets. Now it's going to be real interesting what happens from now until game two. Michael Malone, that coaching staff in Denver, has a lot of questions to ask them. How much do I want to play DeAndre Jordan in this series? That's a big question. That's a big question going into game two. Do I want to play DeAndre Jordan in this series? Can I buy some minutes for Jokic? Can we get other guys to create offense for the team? That's what they're going to have to look at. Yeah, Golden State, you're absolutely right. I think that was the last playoff loss at home. You know, and I honestly, this team is probably not as deep as those other teams. And I know a couple of those seasons Jamal Murray was out, but this team is not as deep as those teams. It ain't as deep as last year's team. But that's what happens when you win a championship. It's hard to keep teams together. You win a championship, guys play well in the postseason. They want to get paid. They leave. You're expecting young guys to step up. You lack depth. Guys on your own team, their contracts kick in. And that's why the CBA is set up like that. They're trying to create more parity. But that's always been the thing in the NBA when teams win championships. They lose pieces. Guys want to get paid because they performed when it mattered the most. Smash that like button and share the video. Bro, do you think McDaniels not scoring was by design? I mean, they really didn't need him too with Ant, Nas, Cat, and Mike going off. I don't think it's never by design. It's never by design. Now, I don't know if he told himself, like, I'm going to focus strictly on defense. And in turn, by doing that, he didn't have a rhythm offensively. But I don't expect that to continue, bro. I don't expect that to continue because of the depth of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jaden McDaniels doesn't have to guard Jamal Murray for an entire game. He doesn't have to guard Michael Porter Jr. for an entire game. And that's what they've been doing with Jamal Murray. They've shown him different looks. They throw Ant at him. They throw McDaniels at him. They throw Nickeil Alexander-Walker at him. You feel me? And y'all make sure y'all getting them likes up, man. Smash that like button and share the video, man. Smash that like button and share the video. We cook over here, but we also break the game down. We also break the game down. We also give you guys jewels to look at going into the game two. I'm just giving you jewels to look at going into game two. I'm looking I'm putting you on to certain trends that's going on in the game, things that can happen, outlooks. How does this part of this game affect the entire series? You know what I mean? Rick Ross says it's deeper than rap. This is deeper than hoops right now, you know? But you got to definitely look at that. And you're absolutely right, Go James. You know what I mean? Joker's going to do that. He's going to hit that, every now and again. We've seen that. He's crushed the Lakers with those type of shots. But Joker's not going to have the same impact, man. He is not going to have the same impact. And the longer this series goes, and you already put yourself behind the 8 ball because you're down 0-1 at home, you're putting more strain and you're asking more out of Nikola Jokic. For real. They're going to have to manufacture some offense from somewhere else. If that's playing Reggie Jackson more minutes, if that's Jamal Murray handling those duties, you're going to have to. You're going to have to. Absolutely. And my man, Pimp Name Slickback says Nuggets are in a must-win game 2. If they lose this game 2, the series might be a wrap. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. It's OV. It's OV if they lose game 2 come tomorrow night. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man, in the chat, man. Yeah, bro, the Wolves, I think it's going to be too much, man. I think it's going to be too much. I think it's going to be too much for Denver. I think they don't have the depth, and you're going to need that in this series. Not only is Minnesota going to come at you offensively, they're going to come at you defensively. And it's going to be incredibly hard to win this series. And they're only going to be better at home. They're only going to be better at home. But y'all smash that like button and share the video, man. Just want to drop this on you. I'm going to check out the Cavs and Magic game, Game 7. The series has been 3-3 so far, each team losing on the road. And me personally, man, I'm going to go with the trend in this series. And I'm going to pick the Cavs to win Game 7 at home today, man. But shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Shout out to the chat. Everybody that liked the video, shared the video, commented in the chat. You know I rock with y'all. Thank you guys for getting me to 2,600 subscribers. I'm doing it the hard way, and I'm doing it the right way, man. I'm just grinding, putting in that work, man. Smash that like button and share the video, man. The link to the Cash App is in the description, also on your screen, and the link to the membership badges is also in the description as well, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Peace and love, family. Salute. Once again, you already know it's your boy Moose Talk Soups. Like I always say, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know. It's a lot of things in this world that cost,